Good morning, Madison kindergartners. This is Mrs. Gordillo, and I have some ideas for fun things you can do at home to do your schoolwork, but in a fun way, with mom and dad, brother and sister, whomever. My first idea is you need to practice your counting. You should be able to count all the way to 100 and even backwards. That's number flexibility. So I have a counting chart here that I use with my son. But if you don't have that, you can always print one offline. You can look at one on mom and dad's phone or on the computer. Make sure they're there and are supervising you, please, and thank you. You can also use pennies to count by 1. And do you remember what it is that we use to count by 5? Nickels. Yep. And once you've mastered that, or if you're looking for something a little different, you can use coins that are worth 10 cents, okay, so dimes, and even coins that are worth 25 cents, quarters. So there's lots of options. You can set up a shop and you can have mom and dad or brother and sister, parents. I would definitely do this with your child so you can supervise and make sure they're getting learning in. I made like 15 cents. A little label here, maybe this Spider-Man web slinger is 15 cents, and the little discs that go in here are maybe like 5 cents each or something, or 3 for 5 cents. You could have this little baby here. You could say this is going to be 50 cents or something like that, this little doll. If it's a highly valued toy, my son likes to do martial arts kind of stuff, so he just got these for his birthday recently, so I might make this worth $1, so they'll have to count up by 5 all the way to 100, and of course you would do that with them. So all you would need is to either make your own nickels, or you could cut some circles out, which would be great. Fine motor skill activity, color them, and maybe put 5 cents each on each of them. Just put 5 and then the cent sign, and then they can count them out. They should be touching it, moving it, and counting. So it would look something like this. 5, and then if they had another one, it would say 10, and then another one, 20. They shouldn't just be moving them and just counting. There should be an association with the number they're counting, how many, and moving the coin. So that is number 1. So set up a shop. That's your homework. Go play pretend, make a store, make some money, make some signs, this is real life math. This is math we actually use, and it can be super fun to use in the real world. Another idea is, if you have, I'm sure most of you have one of these at home. It's just a small pan. You could also use a plate, especially like a colored plate or something from a birthday party. Maybe you have some paper plates, and you can either put, if you have sprinkles that you're not using. I know I put sprinkles away after a birthday, and then I don't see them until the next birthday. I have to throw them away and get new ones. So you can put sprinkles on here, and then they can write their numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Mom and dad, what you can do is put some numbers in a jar. Like you could put 12, write it on a piece of paper, fold it up, put it in a jar. You could put 21. You could put whatever level your child is at. If they're working really hard on the teens and they keep thinking the teens start with a different number besides 1, then you want to really hit 11 through 19 and put those numbers in a jar, have them pick one out, and then they'll just kind of do this. And you can use, besides sprinkles, you can also use salt. I have a container, a baggie that has salt in it, and I just put it in here, and then when I'm done, I put it over the sink, I pour it back into there, and I only use that for this. And so that's what this is for. You can also do this in Play-Doh. You could just have them write it on a whiteboard. If nothing else, piece of paper, pencil, crayon, pen, whatever, marker. Make it fun if you can though. And so you're gonna pull the piece of paper out of the jar with the number, and then you will have your child write it. And then you'll say, does it match? And you want your child to elicit a response. You don't want to be saying, oh no, that's not right. You want to say, okay, does that match? And if they're like, no, it doesn't, you can say, right, it doesn't match, you're right. So what do we need to change? Or let's try that again. This time look at it and then write it. And so same thing with number reversals. If you see that, just have your child look at the number written correctly, or somewhere, like you can even just pull it up on your phone, does it match? And you wanna really let the child be in charge of their learning, because that's gonna help them correct in their symbolic imagery, orthographic memory, and all of that, the correct way to write letters and numbers. So I hope this helps. I hope you have some fun activities that you can do now, and big hug, high five in the air, of course, heart, fist bump, elbow bump, whatever you're doing this day and age, over Skyping and FaceTiming and whatever. So make sure you're washing your hands, kids, practice that. That's something that's really important. And I will be back in a few minutes with some ideas of things you can do for sight words and reading while you're on break, or Corona break anyway. Thanks, bye-bye.